What if I told you that a completely empty envelope in your mailbox could mean someone is already using your identity right now? It sounds harmless, but that blank piece of mail might be the first sign that your personal information is floating around in places it should never be. And if you are watching this right now, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone you care about, because what I am about to tell you could save them from a nightmare they never saw coming. Here is what is happening across the country right now. People are opening their mailboxes and finding plain white envelopes with their name on the front. No invoice inside, no letter, no product, no explanation, just an envelope with nothing in it. Some people get 1, others get 5, 6, 7 in the same week. And almost every single person who receives one does the exact same thing. They look at it, shrug, and throw it straight in the trash. That is the worst thing you can possibly do. Because that empty envelope is not a mistake. It is not a shipping error. It is not a prank from a neighbor. It is a signal. And understanding what that signal means could be the difference between catching a serious problem early and spending months trying to undo damage. Let me explain what is actually going on here. This is connected to something called a brushing scam. And the way it works is both clever and deeply unsettling. Think about how online shopping platforms operate. When you buy something on a major marketplace, that platform marks you as a verified buyer. That label matters. It tells the system that a real person at a real address actually received a real product. And once you carry that verified buyer status, you are allowed to leave reviews on products. Now imagine a seller who wants to boost their product ratings. Instead of earning real reviews from real customers, they find a way to create fake ones. They take your name and your address, which they got from somewhere you probably do not know about, and they ship a package to your door. It could be empty. It could contain something cheap, like a hair tie or a small piece of plastic. The contents do not matter at all. What matters is that the tracking number shows the package was delivered to a real address. That delivery creates a digital trail, and on the back end of the marketplace, the seller can now write a glowing 5-star review using your name. They can do this over and over again. Dozens of reviews, dozens of fake verified buyers, all real people who have absolutely no idea their name is being used to sell a product they never ordered. That is the scam. It is not about stealing your package. It is not about the envelope at all. It is about borrowing your identity to manufacture trust. And that word is important. Manufacture. Because that is exactly what they are doing. They are manufacturing something that looks real out of something that is completely fake. More reviews mean more stars. More stars mean more visibility. More visibility means more real customers buying the product. And all of that revenue is built on the back of your name and your address without you ever knowing about it. Think about that for a second. Somewhere on a product page right now, there might be a review with your name on it. A review you never wrote, praising a product you never touched. And every person who reads that review and decides to buy because of it is being misled, not just by the seller, but by your name. That is what makes this so insidious. You become an unwilling participant in someone else's fraud. Now you might be thinking, okay, so someone wrote a fake review using my name. That is annoying, but is it really that dangerous? The review itself is not the real threat. The real threat is the question that should be burning in your mind right now. How did they get your information in the first place? Your name and your address are not things that strangers should just have. But the reality is that your personal data has probably been exposed more times than you realize. The first and most common way this happens is through data breaches. Companies get hacked constantly. Retailers, banks, insurance providers, healthcare systems, apps you downloaded years ago and forgot about. When those companies get breached, your information gets dumped into databases that get bought and sold on parts of the internet you will never see. Your name, your address, your email, sometimes your phone number, and in worst cases, your passwords end up in the hands of people who have no right. The second way is through your own shopping habits. Every time you order from a third-party seller on a marketplace, every time you click on a discount ad on social media and buy something from a website you have never heard of, you are handing over your shipping information to a stranger. That information does not always stay private. It can be shared, sold, or leaked without your knowledge. The third way is through public records. Your address is not as hidden as you might think. Property records, voter registrations, business filings, and people search websites can all connect your name to where you live. Some of these sites are completely free and require nothing more than typing your name into a search bar. Anyone with an internet connection can find you. And the fourth way is one that still catches people off guard. Reusing passwords. If you have been using the same password across multiple accounts for years and just one of those accounts gets breached in a hack, scammers now have a key that might unlock several doors. They will try that password everywhere. Your email, your shopping accounts, your banking login, if it is weak enough. And once they are in, they do not need to send you an envelope. They already have everything. If this video is helping you understand something you never knew about, take 1 second and tap that subscribe button. Not for me, for yourself. Because every single week I break down things exactly like this that scammers hope you never figure out. And the more you know, the harder you are to fool. So when that empty envelope shows up, it is not just a random event. It is a clue. It is evidence that somewhere out there, someone has at least your name and your address. And the real question is whether that is all they have. Here's what makes this so dangerous. Most scams do not start with a dramatic moment. They do not begin with someone draining your bank account in one move. They start small. A test, a probe, a single package sent to a single address to see what happens next. The scammer wants to know if your address is real. They want to know if the package gets delivered. They want to know if you open it. And when you do, when you accept that envelope, without thinking twice, you have just confirmed something very valuable for them. You confirmed that the address is active. You confirmed that the name attached to it is correct. And you confirmed that nobody at that address is paying close enough attention to question what just showed up. That confirmation is gold to a scammer. Because once they know your information is live and accurate, they can use it again. They can sell it to someone else. They can use it to try opening accounts in your name. They can use it to attempt credit card applications. They can use it to intercept other mail or redirect packages. The envelope is just the beginning. It is the first domino. And if you do not react quickly, the rest of them start falling one by one. What starts as a blank envelope in January can become a collections notice in March, a credit card you never applied for in June, a loan denial when you try to buy a car in September. The damage does not happen all at once. It spreads quietly, like water seeping into the walls of a house. You do not see it until the structure starts to crack. And by then, the repair work is so much harder than it would have been if you caught it early. So what do you actually do? What are the real steps you take the moment you realize you have received something you never ordered? First, do not scan anything. Some of these packages come with QR codes printed on the label or tucked inside the envelope. That QR code might take you to a fake website designed to look exactly like a real delivery service or a retail platform. It might ask you to verify your information. It might tell you that you won a prize. It might say you need to confirm your delivery details. None of that is real. It is all a trap. Do not scan it. Do not click it. Do not engage with it in any way whatsoever. Second, do not call any phone number printed on the package. If there is a contact number on the label, do not assume it is legitimate. Scammers put those numbers there, hoping you will call and hand over more information voluntarily. They want you to feel like you are being helpful. They want you to confirm your address, your name, maybe even your date of birth. If you need to contact a retailer, go to their official website directly and use the contact information listed there. Never trust a number that came on a package you did not order. Third, check every single shopping account you have. Log into Amazon, Walmart, eBay, Target, and any other platform you have ever used. Look at your order history carefully. Look for anything you did not buy. Then look for reviews posted under your name for products you never purchased. If you find anything suspicious, change your password immediately and report it to the platform. It takes less than a minute to change a password. It takes months to recover from identity theft. Fourth, secure your email. This is the most important step of all. Your email account is the master key to everything else in your digital life. If someone gets into your email, they can reset passwords to your shopping accounts, your bank, your credit cards, everything. Change your email password first. Make it something you have never used anywhere else. Make it long. Make it unique. Then work your way through every other account that matters and do the same thing. Fifth, turn on two-factor authentication. Yes, it adds an extra step when you log in. Yes, it can feel slightly annoying. But losing access to your bank account because someone guessed your password is significantly more annoying than a code. Turn it on for your email, your banking apps, your shopping accounts, and anything else that offers it. That second layer of verification can stop a scammer cold, even if they already have your password. Sixth, set up transaction alerts on every credit card and bank account you own. You want to know the moment something happens. Set alerts for online purchases, large transactions, money transfers, and any card not present activity. The faster you catch a fraudulent charge, the easier it is to reverse it. Most banks let you set these up in their app in under 2 minutes. There's no excuse not to have them turned on. Seventh, pull your full credit reports. Not just the score, the full report. Go through every single account listed. Look for credit cards you never opened. Look for loans you never applied for. Look for addresses that are not yours. Look for collections you have never heard of. Look for inquiries from companies you do not recognize. If anything looks wrong, dispute it. Your credit score might look fine while someone is quietly opening accounts in your name that have not yet shown up as delinquent. The report tells the real story. Eighth, freeze your credit. This is one of the most powerful tools you have, and most people never use it. A credit freeze prevents anyone from opening new accounts in your name. It is completely free. You can do it online through each of the 3 major credit bureaus in about 10 minutes total. And if you ever need to apply for credit later, you can temporarily lift the freeze and put it right back. If you're not actively applying for a loan or a credit card right now, There's no good reason not to have your credit frozen. None. Ninth, report the package to the marketplace. If the envelope or package appears to be connected to a specific platform, contact their customer service directly through their official website. Tell them you received an unsolicited package. Ask them to investigate and remove any reviews posted under your name. The platforms know this is happening. The more reports they receive, the more pressure there is to actually do something about it. 10th, keep your evidence. Do not throw everything away the moment you open it. Take photos of the envelope, the label, the tracking number, and anything inside. Write down the exact date you received it. If this turns into a larger issue down the road, you are going to need documentation. Every piece of evidence you keep is a piece of the puzzle that helps you prove what happened and when it happened. Now, before we go further, if you have not already subscribed, think about this. Scammers change their tactics every single month. The only way to stay ahead is to keep learning. So hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and make sure you never miss a video. That could save you thousands of dollars and countless headaches. Now let me tell you what not to do. Do not ignore it. I know how tempting it is. You see an empty envelope, you toss it, and you move on with your day. But ignoring it is exactly what the scammer is counting on. They want you to not pay attention. They want you to not ask questions. They want you to stay quiet while they use your name to build fake reviews and test whether your information is still active. Do not post the shipping label online. Some people take photos of the package and post them on social media to ask for help. If you do that, blur out your address, blur out the tracking number, blur out anything that could give a scammer more info. You would be surprised how much people accidentally reveal when they are just trying to ask a simple question online. Do not assume it is harmless just because the envelope was empty. Whether you got nothing or you got a cheap trinket, the underlying issue is exactly the same. Your name and your address were used without your knowledge or consent. That is the real problem. Not the item, not the envelope. The fact that someone out there has your data and is actively using it. And do not assume it will stop on its own. Some people receive one package and never get another, but others start getting them repeatedly. 1 turns into 2, 2 turns into 5, 5 turns into a stack of envelopes. Once a scammer confirms your address is live and active, they may keep using it, or they may sell that confirmed address to others. It becomes a cycle, and the only way to break it is to take action. The truth is, you cannot stop every random package. The postal system does not give you a filter for mail you did not request. You cannot control what someone else ships. But what you can do is protect the things that actually matter. Your credit profile, your bank accounts, your passwords, your email. These are the things that have real value. These are the things that can take months or years to fully recover. If you follow the steps I just laid out, you are not just reacting to an empty envelope. You are building a wall. You are turning a moment of confusion into a moment of action. And that shift in mindset is what separates people. Scammers are patient. They do not always go for the big score on the first try. Sometimes the first move is just a test. If nobody reacts, they escalate. If nobody notices, they push further. They are counting on apathy. They are counting on you to be busy. But you are not most people. You watched this video. You now know what that envelope means and how a brushing scam works. You know the exact steps to take and the specific mistakes to avoid. And that knowledge is the thing that makes you a harder target. So the next time you open your mailbox and see something you did not order, do not just throw it away. Pause for a second. Recognize it for what it is, a warning sign, a signal that your data might be out there in places you cannot see. And then take action. Change your passwords, freeze your credit, check your accounts, set up your alerts. Do the work that protects you right now. Because the scammers are not going to stop. They're going to keep looking for people who are not paying attention. Stay sharp, stay informed, stay one step ahead of them. Your awareness is your greatest weapon in this fight. And the next time someone asks you about strange mail, you will know exactly what to tell them and exactly what to do about it.